The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for Living a Primal Lifestyle with your host, Nico de Haan. And now, here's Nico de Haan.
Welcome to Living a Primal Lifestyle. I'm Nico de Haan, folks, and the number here is 877-927-6648. Our international number is 727-445-1044. Please sign up, check out our newsletters, and one of the ones I want you to pick up right now is Health Signals. Just go to the top of the page under newsletters, and you'll find the Health Signals newsletter, and it's only $10 a month. You get 2 issues a month for only $10. Value for value, lots of information in there. How to stay wealthy, healthy, wealthy, and wise, as I usually say. And this is a really interesting messages in here about staying healthy and getting active and what to look out for in our modern food so you can avoid the trap of the big corporations that want us to eat the junk food that's all out there. Remember that all these shows are continually going on TFNN. So all this weekend you're going to hear repeats of these shows, mine and Basil's, of course, and Daryl, David, Ken, and Tom and Steve. So, got a wealth of information going out to you every single day. And, of course, they're also archived on TFNN.com. A lot of these are archived on the Tiger TV. The podcasts, of course, are on iTunes. I've got videos on livingaprimallifestyle.com. You can find them also under TFNN on YouTube, and just put in the show title after TFNN, and you'll find all the shows there. So lots of ways to get the information to you, and that's what we want. Welcome to the show, folks. I'd like to also remind you that my wife has a great book called Elephants, Aardvarks, and Me. And you can pick that up at Create Space. Also, it's on Amazon. Or if you want an autographed copy, you can get a hold of me at nico@tfnn.com. And it's only $10 plus shipping, and she'll put a special message in the book for you. It's a children's book, but it's really for adults, too. It's been getting rave reviews. Everybody who's bought it loves it, and I recommend picking it up. It's a nice present for the young one in your family. Okay, let's get on with the show here. I really want to cover something about GMO labeling and genetically engineered food, because it's pretty much everywhere these days. And what California has going on is they want to put this proposition in, which is going to demand these companies put labels on so you actually know what's in the food. What a concept, right? So, and this is a letter from a farmer that really goes into detail, and I'm going to read a bunch of it for you because I want you to really get a scope of what's going on with the corporations and in California, and we know that what happens in California will sooner or later follow suit. And I think it's important to get these labels out there because I don't want to be eating anything that's genetically engineered, especially those ones that are genetically engineered with pesticides and all kinds of different stuff that I don't want in my food. We've been engineering food, since the 10,000 years ago in one way or another. The fruits have gotten sweeter, vegetables have changed, we crossbreed lots of these things, and some of them are harmful, some of them are not harmful. But for sure, when you put pesticides in it, when you change the complete protein structure and put something from a foreign plant in it, maybe that's not too good for you. And I think everybody should have a choice whether you want this in your food or not. So, here goes. I've been a farmer for more than 40 years. While I no longer live or farm in California, I do co-manage 120 acres of farmland in Vermont. And I know that a GMO labeling law passing in California will have widespread implications for consumers and farmers in every state of the country. As a farmer who has experienced both conventional and organic farming, I'm compelled to address the anti-labeling campaign, so-called concerns for farmers and consumers. So they're really naming this proposition well, let me read on first. But first, make no mistakes. The folks who are running and funding the campaign against California's Proposition 37, the November 6th Citizens Ballot Initiative that would require mandatory labeling of GMOs, have never worked on behalf of small farmers or consumers. Why would you think they would suddenly be on our side? Heading up the campaign are the same folks who, backed by Big Tobacco, fought anti-smoking initiatives in California. They are the same people who, with a little help from Big Oil, tried to repeal California's clean energy and climate laws. The $25 million that have so far poured into the No to 37 campaign comes from huge biotech, chemical, and food processing corporations: Monsanto, DuPont, Dow AgroScience, Pepsi-Cola, and Coca-Cola. These are all companies whose primary motivation is profit and not the protection of the consumers or the farmers. And here's my bird's-eye view of the campaign. There's a few statements in the propaganda. The first one is the initiative would close up opportunities for farmers and food producers who might want to take advantage of future advances in crop breeds for disease and pest resistance, drought tolerance, improved growth, nutrition, taste, and other benefits. So you see, there are some good things probably in some of this stuff. Good nutrition, we certainly want to improve that. Improved growth, do we want to make a plant harvest faster than others? I don't know if it's good for the plant or good for us, really. But certainly the ones that are bred for disease and pesticide resistance and drought tolerance may not be. This is perhaps the most outrageous and of the no on 37 campaigns. The GMO giant claims to be concerned that we will not get a chance to grow the GMO crops. Really, after suing and harassing thousands of farmers and driving small seed dealers out of business and into court, it is beyond disingenuous for Monsanto and the GMO gang to fend for concerns of our rights. I can assure you that the farmers are more afraid of Monsanto, DuPont, and all the other companies. He goes on to say that farmers in several states have tried to pass farmer protection laws against spillage and drift of GMO seeds. So what's really happened is a lot of these seeds will be drifting into farmers that don't grow this stuff. And instead of being, and it's bad for those farmers because now they have, it can get into their crops. Let me read some further. Most of us farmers see it very differently. We believe that when GMO seeds spill into our lands or pollen from GMO crops drift into non-GMO crops and contaminates this constitutes trespassing, not patent thief. In spite of this trespass, Monsanto alone has brought 137 cases against more than 400 farmers, and these are cases for patent infringement. So, in other words, when these crops are found on farmers who hadn't bought these seeds from Monsanto say, "Hey, you stole these." It's quite a scam. The other thing that's going on is that the other statement, number 2, is to avoid labeling a product as non-GMO will require farmers and food processors and food distributors to document that ingredients are not produced through biotech. So, it's actually putting a burden on these large companies because now they have to track things. Now, organic farmers have for a long time tracked what they do because they really want to be assured and they want to protect the consumer and they want to protect themselves. So they know exactly where their crops are coming from, how long it takes to harvest them, what kind of things they're using to get rid of the pests, what kind of planting they're doing. So it's really a good thing. While organic regulations are strict, their existence provides the consumer and the farmer with a guarantee that a third-party inspector or somebody reviewing the farmer's records for growing and sales practices are rooting out the mistakes or any instances of deliberate cheating. It's an excellent way, and these days with computers, it's fairly easy to do, and the farmers have all been doing that. Who doesn't want to do this are the large corporations because they're growing a lot of things, and they may or may not want people seeing exactly what's going on. Another statement is the provision Prop 37 would significantly impact farmers' ability to market their foods as natural. If there's no genetically engineered ingredients, for example, under the measure of a raw almond could be marketed as natural, but the same almond that has been salted and canned could not be. That's because a salted one and canned one is really not natural. So there's things that are going on that being natural really doesn't mean a lot, and it's really being used everywhere in the food industry these days. You'll see natural on everything. You'll see it on clothing. And it really doesn't mean a lot. So the labeling is important because we want to go beyond what's natural and what's not natural. I just don't want GMO foods at all in me. Another statement is requiring farmers and food producers to put scary-sounding labels on their food will confuse and mislead consumers. This is just kind of insulting. Consumers rely on labels on their food they purchase to inform them of everything from additives to calories to protein and vitamin content. But we're not intelligent enough to understand that this ingredient was genetically engineered. Give me a break. Are the millions of consumers in nearly 50 other states that require labeling confused? I think not. So there's a lot going on with this, folks, and you know, if you're living in California, I recommend that you vote for the what is it, 37? Proposition 37, to require California to label GMO plants, to make sure that companies like Monsanto put this stuff on the label so you know what you're getting and you can avoid buying it if you don't want to. Certainly, that's the way I want it. I think everything should be labeled. We should know what's in our food. And if it's natural, I want to know how natural it really is, because you can make anything natural. It can be a natural coloring, and that's something you may or may not want in your food. I do not. A lot of this information, folks, you can get on in my newsletter, Health Signals, and it's a good way to get the information because every month through these two issues, I go through and try to find the stories that are the newest, that have the most impact on your health, on your exercise regimes, and how to exercise, how to get started in things, what the primal and paleo diet is really all about, and what's really being hidden from us as consumers. And that's really what's going on in our country, is things are being hidden from us, and we want to have much or more open society so you can really make your choices. And the best way to really make choices, folks, is to buy locally. Then you kind of put these large, big conglomerate companies out of your lives. You start to really know the people who are producing the food, and that's the best way to really know, the quality of the food, is to get to know these. So. Another thing is you can give me a call here at 877-927-6648. Again, our international number, if you're out of the country, is 727-445-1044. And, please pick up that Health Signals newsletter. If you have questions for me, you can always reach me on nico@tfnn.com. I'm, at this moment, not really doing any type of counseling, but I'll answer your questions over email as best I can, or steer you in the right direction. So stick around, folks. I got a lot more. I've got some stuff coming up about fitness and about eggs and what it really means with the labeling in eggs. And I think that's important to know that. So this is Nico. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to Living a Primal Lifestyle, and it's Nico on the show here. And, last week, of course, I had Paige on with me co-hosting, and I want to thank the people who emailed me and expressed how glad they were with the show and that Paige was here. And I really, I'm glad that she's doing a lot of things with me too. So she's going to be back next week. She's off today, but she's going to be here, I think, every other week until about the first of the year, when she's going to become permanent on TFNN with me on Living a Primal Lifestyle. I think she brings a lot to the show, and we have a lot of fun on the show, and that is important too. She has a great business going. It's Ascentia Holistics in Bel Air, just a half a mile down the road from where I am. And she's a very knowledgeable person on health and how to detox and how to get your body really into healthy. And kind of fits the void that I have. I'm more into the exercise version of the living a primal lifestyle, and she's more into the medical version of it. So it's kind of an interesting mix, and I really want to thank the people who gave us some in-depth emails on what they're doing in their lives and how we're helping them, and I think that's really important. And I really do appreciate each and every one that did contact us, whether it's in the chat room, whether it's by email, or whether you call in. And you can call here at 877-927-6648. Of course, you can get a lot of information from my newsletter, Health Signals, and it's only $10 a month, folks. Please check it out. You get it free for 30 days, and then you can cancel at any time. Now, I found this interesting article in Science Daily, and the title is "Midlife Fitness Starves Off Chronic Disease at the End of Your Life." Being physically fit during your 30s, 40s, and 50s not only helps you extend lifespan, but also increases the chances of aging healthfully, free from chronic illness. And this is by the investigators at UT, Southwestern Medical Center, and the Cooper Institute. They found this information. For decades, research has shown that higher fitness levels lessens the risk of death, but it previously had been unknown just how much fitness might affect the burden of chronic disease later on in life. And this is by Dr. Jared Berry. He says, we're determined that being fit is not just delaying the inevitable, but is actually lowering the onset of chronic disease in the final years of your life. Researchers examined patient data of over 18,000 participants at the Cooper Center longevity study, and this research contained more than 250,000 medical records maintained over a 40-year span. These data were linked with their patients' Medicare claims filed later in life from ages 70 to 85, and the analysis during the latest study shows that when patients increased their fitness level by only 20% in their midlife, which is pretty much when I started, they decreased their chances of developing chronic diseases, especially congestive heart failure, Alzheimer's disease, and colon cancer, decades later by the 20%. What sets the study apart is that it focuses on a relationship between midlife fitness and the quality of life in later years. The positive effect continues until the end of life, with more fit individuals living their final 5 years of life with fewer chronic diseases. The effects were found both in men and women at the same degree. These data suggest that aerobic activities such as walking, jogging, running translates into more years of life, but not only that, into higher quality years, compressing the burden of chronic disease into shorter amounts of time. And I'll even go beyond that. I think when you combine the physical fitness with the type of primal diet that we're suggesting at least that you investigate, that you try, that you're going to find this is going to get way beyond that 20% they mentioned just in the exercise regime. Because when you combine the two together, this is really what primal living is all about. It's not that you go back 20,000 years and live like a caveman. What you're doing is trying to remove the burdens of modern society. And the burdens of modern society is less activity and food that isn't up to the quality that was before. Because what we've done over the last hundreds of years, and even maybe going back thousands of years, we've polluted the planet more and more. And when you pollute something, then you're also polluting the body. This is a wonderful, wonderful universe that we have here, and nature is what gave us life. And we have to treat nature like it's part of us instead of something separate from us. So if you look at it from that point, then you're much less likely to pollute things, and especially your own body. And that's what I talk about in the newsletter. So please go and check out the newsletter and sign up for it for 30 days. It's really a way to support the show, and it's a way to support you getting the right information. And the number here is 877-927-6648. Please give me a call. I got a big segment coming up.
Tom O'Brien's daily trading newsletter, Market Insights, has delivered powerful results for subscribers, and now is the perfect time to try it out for 2 weeks absolutely free. We're so confident in the value Tom provides his subscribers in his daily newsletter that through Labor Day weekend only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, completely free of charge. We'll even cover the shipping cost. Cancel at any time during your 2-week free trial to Market Insights and pay nothing, and keep Tom's free book as a gift from us. This offer is only valid for new subscribers. We've only extended this offer once before, and it will only be active for a short period of 2 weeks. So act now to take advantage of this great offer and be ready to capitalize on a more active, more volatile market once traders return from their August vacations. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com. Sign up for your free trial to get your free copy of Tom's best-selling book today. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle, and my number here is 877-927-6648. I'm just looking in my current issue of Health Signals here, and in the back, of course, I have recipes, and, you know, there's a couple of recipes in here. One's really refreshing, which is a curry chicken salad with cherries, mangoes, and pecans. Really delicious. The one I really liked was ginger and chili chicken with basil. It's a great recipe, and, you know, all these recipes, you can kind of interchange some of the ingredients if you want. So if you want to make it with something else, you can. But you know, just check them out. They're real simple, and they'll give you a nice balance of the right kind of food that you want. One of the things I was reading about today was the cracking the code on egg labeling, because there's a lot of labels out there. And I've got this from Rob Wolf, and you know, there's so many labels. First of all, organic, pasteurized, natural, cage-free, vegetarian-fed, nutritionally enhanced, omega-3 eggs. You know, and a lot of this is really confusing. And I think if you're getting eggs at the grocery store and you see all this stuff, you really need to know what this means. So I'm just going to go through some of it. Well, cage-free is really, it says here, don't be fooled by this one. Just because the hens aren't in cages doesn't mean they're outside. The chickens can be uncaged in a barn, in a warehouse, but there are no promises that the birds actually see the sun or as to what they're being fed. Additionally, there are no standards or auditing to ensure cage-free compliance, so it's not really your best option. Certified humane. Like cage-free, this label doesn't guarantee that hens have ever seen the light of day. Again, the birds are uncaged and can be contained inside. This label is a step up, however, because there are requirements for such things as stocking density, the number of perches, and laying boxes. Compliance is audited by a third party to ensure guidelines being followed. The bottom line is better than cage-free, so look for this label if it's certified humane, because it is a little bit better. Fertile, exactly what it implies. These hens got some kind of action. Sort of, anyway. Eggs with this label were laid by chicks that live with roosters. This implies they are most likely were not caged. The bottom line, if it's only label on the carton, look for more than that. If that's the only thing. Just because it's fertile doesn't mean they've been fed good, in other words. Free range or free roaming. The USDA standards for free-range poultry, but eggs are their standards for the free-range poultry themselves. So if you buy chicken, there's a standard for that, but not for eggs. When the carton says free range, it mostly means that the legged heirs are uncaged while inside and have access to the outdoors. Frequency, duration, and outdoor conditions are not specified, and there are no guidelines to what the chickens are fed. Bottom line, while they're at least had the pleasure of seeing some sun, doesn't mean a lot beyond that. Vegetarian fed. If you see this label on the carton, it means that the chickens weren't fed any animal protein. It makes no guarantee as to the hens' living conditions or treatment. So bottom line, it's not telling us much. If it's the only label on the carton, keep on looking. Next one is the omega-3 enriched, and you see this a lot. So the question is, how the heck do you get omega-3s inside an egg? There aren't any holes in the shell. Eggs that have been enriched with omega-3 fatty acids or other nutrients, vitamin E and etc., come from birds that have been fed these compounds. In case the omega-3 shows that it's been laced probably with flax, algae, or fish oil. Bottom line is, if these eggs contain more, they really don't contain more omega-3s. And, flax seeds, that's another story, too. I'll get into that in a minute. United Egg Producers Certified. This is another label. This is a voluntary program audited by a third party. The most of the United States egg industry complies to it. This certification is not all it's cracked up to be and permits inhumane and cruel factory farm practices. Let's just say that doesn't mean that the chickens are happy. They're only guaranteed a cage space roughly the size of a paper cage. Oh, the size of a piece of paper. Oh, a normal piece of paper. That's not much. The cage's conditions are specified, and seeing the sun is no guarantee, so it doesn't mean a lot. Natural. Of course, this means nothing. There are no guidelines or definitions surrounding this term. Basically, the egg came out of a bird. So end of story to that. The bottom line, this egg is grown in a petri dish, and who knows? It's not grown there. But the more important one is pasture raised. If the label leaves you with a vision of the poultry running around on a prairie, that's probably not true. Eggs that are pasture raised come from hens that eat feed from pastures. These chickens may very well be roaming the land, but also might be kept in pens on the pastures or held in fenced areas. Did your grandparents have chickens in the backyard? This could be called pasture raised. This one isn't too bad. Pasteurized. Of course, this term absolutely nothing to do with the pasture. It tells you that the eggs underwent pasteurization to kill bacteria. Once picked eggs are given a warm water bath to kill any bugs. The shells are coated with a wax to prevent cross-contamination. Bottom line, pasteurized eggs are commonly used in hospitals and nursing homes to prevent foodborne illnesses. If you want raw eggs or prepare uncooked eggs using eggs for eggnog or mayo or things like that, you are at high risk for foodborne illnesses. This might be a better label to look for. So if you want to eat them raw, maybe that's a good one. White versus brown, of course, this doesn't mean a lot. There's just a different breed of chicken. I think you can determine this by the dark coloring around the ones that are kind of brown. They have red earlobes, and the white ones come from chickens with white earlobes, something I didn't know before. Organic. Okay, organic is a term that is defined by USDA. Hens laying organic eggs are fed chow that has little or no exposure to pesticides, herbicides, commercial fertilizers, and or fungicides. Keep in mind that all eggs, organic or not, are hormone-free. Organic on the label tells us nothing about the treatment or conditions that the eggs were exposed to. So summarizing this, there you have it. Hopefully this helps you solve your egg carton problem, or at least tells you what the label means. What are you looking for in eggs? I would go looking for somebody local that feeds their chickens in a pasture. Maybe you can go visit them, visit somebody local that is making chickens, or making eggs from chickens, and I think you're better off. The health food store carries many of them, and I try to look for the free-range chicken, the pasteurized chicken, and that's where I get most of my stuff. So, do some investigation, folks. You're better off than going just to the supermarket and picking up any old egg. It's not the same. And please, folks, don't throw away the yolks. The white part is the protein. The inside the egg, that's where you get your omega-3s. How important omega-3s are. We talk a lot about it on the Primal Lifestyle. And, this is where the good fat is. So chicken fat, the fat from a chicken egg is really important for life. It helps you burn fat. It helps you lose weight. And it has nothing to do with you raising your cholesterol. Cholesterol is actually something that's very good for you. Here's a story about artificial butter flavoring ingredients linked to Alzheimer's disease process. So artificial butter flavoring, they've done a lot of studies on this thing, and they have found out, and what this stuff is really in is your microwave popcorn. If you go to the movie theaters and they put the salt on it, a lot of that's in there too. And these are proteins, and they all cause all kinds of problems. So when you're doing anything with butter on it, you make it with real butter. Make it with grass-fed butter. Get Kerrygold or some good brand that you know where the source is. It's just so huge important that we realize that the food we eat is what makes us healthy or makes us ill. It starts with the food. That's where all our health begins. If you're eating fast food, and I ran across an article that I was reading just a couple days ago, how now all of a sudden, and this was on the front page of the St. Pete Times, where the Iraqi people now are so glad that they're getting fast food, and there's large corporations, multinational corporations, now going into Iraq and setting up fast food joints. And Iraqi burgers, I don't know what they're called, but my goodness, we know the devastating effect fast food has had on our society here in America. And some of my clients have been traveling abroad, and they have just come back, and they say, boy, the people on the boats, they were just as heavy as the people in the malls here, and most of them were Americans. He says, and we go around to these countries, and most of these countries have really fit people. He said the German folks were a little bit bigger than most folks, but I think that the stock of German people are larger, not necessarily fat. But, a lot of the tourists were very, very heavy, just like everybody is over here, it seems like. Another article here on high fructose corn syrup, and this is actually a link. It says here that it's a perfect storm for fatty liver disease and has Hispanics. High fructose corn syrup, the Hispanic population is much more vulnerable, and this has to do with their and this, I think, is probably for Native people too. And certainly the Filipino people and all people who have pretty well come out of what we call indigenous lifestyle a lot closer to what the Europeans have. You know, me being from Holland, born in Holland, the generations of people there eating grains and eating more processed food is a lot higher. We've been doing it for a much longer time. So somebody who's new, like a Native American or like the Hispanic population, they have just recently come into this Americanized type of eating. And so they're much more susceptible to the modern diseases. And high fructose corn is just one of the worst things, of course, that anybody can eat. And if you're Hispanic, this whole study that they show that their genes are just getting clobbered, and mostly from the sweet tooth they get from drinking Coca-Cola and other soft drinks. Those are some of the worst things, because in America they use high fructose corn syrup. When you go to Mexico or you go to Canada, they're using sugar, which is not quite as bad. Still not good for you. I mean, a soft drink is a soft drink. Never going to be good for you. You're just fooling yourself if you think you're even quenching your thirst. And high fructose corn syrup is one of the worst things, because it actually makes you more thirsty, and it certainly makes you more hungry. And this is why they use it here, not only because it's cheaper to produce, because sugar is quite expensive these days, and high fructose corn is really a throwaway product, and they're making money off of it, and you're the guinea pig, so to speak. And you know, there's really no independent studies that have been done on high fructose corn syrup in the United States. All the studies that have come out have come from the companies that are using these products, and we know what happens in those kinds of things. So that's one thing. Now, another article I have here, which is really interesting, is this. The title of this is "Glucose Deprivation Activates a Feedback Loop That Kills Cancer Cells." So in other words, when you deprive yourself of glucose, sugar, sugary drinks, starches, which turn into sugar in your body, these studies are showing, and this is from UCLA, folks, this is an American study, if that matters to you, that it shows that now it starves the cancer cells. So just by removing sugar, by removing starches, by depriving your body of the sweets, your body starts to burn fat instead of sugar, and all the chemical reactions in your body, like the inflammation chemical reaction, like the glycation that I speak about, methylation, oxidation, all these things are brought to a very minimum, which means that your cells don't get inflamed, that the cells in your body don't change over and migrate and stick together, causing more wrinkles. And it does kill cancer cells. So if you know anybody that has cancer, one of the first things that should be changed is diet. Not chemotherapy and not taking these radiation treatments. You know, there is a place, I'm sure, for those things, but it shouldn't be the first thing that we turn to. I've talked a little bit about my sister who went on a mild chemo for about 9 months, and now she's on a much more natural path. And you know, the natural doctor told us it's going to take a year and a half for those chemicals that they've been infusing in her body that really didn't end up helping her. And it takes 18 months or a year and a half to get these things out of her body. So very important that you start with diet. If you're sick of with anything, whether it's a cold or flu or something, or doesn't make a difference what it is that you're going to, first of all, pay attention to your diet. Then when you're well, you can start exercising. And studies have really shown that if you start exercising immediately on a mild form, that also helps, because that helps the body from healing. Movement is what heals the body. I got one more second left, and if you'd like to give me a call, it's 877-927-6648. Please pick up my newsletter. It's only $10 a month. You get 2 issues a month. A new one coming out next week. I got Paige coming back next week, so folks, so you be sure to tune in, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle. We only have a few minutes left. I wanted to go over, I have this article here on diet sodas, confuse the brain's calorie counter. And this study was done using brain imaging in San Diego. And the researchers show that the brain processes sweet flavors differently depending on whether a person is regularly consuming diet soft drinks or regular soft drinks. And when they're consuming regular soft drinks, at least what happens is that your brain is getting some kind of sense that you've got enough sweetness, and then you stop. But with the diet sodas, that's not the case. So one of the things says, once fooled, the brain's sweet sensors can no longer provide a reliable gauge of energy consumption. The brain normally uses a learned relationship between sweet taste and the delivery of calories to help regulate the food intake. But when a sweet food is unreliable, delivers bonus calories, the brain has no idea what to expect. So when you're using a sugar substitute, whether it's in yogurt or soft drinks or whatever, the brain really doesn't register it the same way, and it doesn't give you that that fact that says to you that you've had enough of this. So much better to drink these things with the regular sugar in it. Unfortunately, in America, we don't have the regular sugar. Now we have that fructose corn syrup, which does the same thing as the artificial sweeteners do. Actually, high fructose corn syrup acts more like an artificial sweetener, which is really bad for us. So don't do that. Drink water. And I've got a thing here on water. And, you know, we really should stay away from consuming liquids while we're eating anyway, because that dilutes our stomach acid, our hydrochloric acid, which we need to digest our food, especially the fats and the proteins. And that's what we want in our stomach. If we're digesting these things properly, you switch over to burning fat, you're not burning sugar anymore, and you got a nice reliable sense of energy. And the sugar is really stored in your muscles and used for activity later on. One of the things that he does mention in this article, too, is that drinking excess fluids for athletes, you're losing electrolytes in your urine if you're doing it. So one of the things I do is I add a pinch of Himalayan sea salt to my drink while I'm exercising, especially if I go to jiu-jitsu, and it does help me stay less thirsty, and then I have some of those electrolytes go back in. I don't want to be using things like Gatorade, which are very artificial, so I want my body to get as much natural as possible. Of course, it's essential to remove anything like chlorine, fluoride, and things like that from water. So make sure you drink filtered water. Distilled water is fine if you're taking a vitamin mineral substitute also. That's basically the bottom line. Remember that the videos are on livingaprimallifestyle.com. Also, I have some products for sale on there under Emerald Essentials, and thank you the people who purchased some of the whey that should be coming your way shortly. And it's a great product. There's some great nutritional products on there. Also some different skin cream on there that will help you age more gracefully, and that's what we all want. Another thing, of course, we have this long weekend coming up. It's a good opportunity to reevaluate your diet, and when you go to any party or you're barbecuing, really keep in mind the primal diet and the fat to keep that in your diet, and don't drink excessively. Beer, 1 or 2, is not going to hurt you. Good distilled drinks are fine. Your whiskeys, your scotches, and the better quality, of course, the better the feeling that you're going to get from these, and it's not going to hurt you too much. All these sugary drinks and things like that that you can go to, I would stay away from them. Drink water, enjoy yourself, have a great long weekend, and stay healthy. That's what we all want. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and keep on trading, folks, and have a great weekend. I'll see you next weekend. Paige is going to be back next week, so I look forward to that myself. See you next.